And I suppose since we're already on this side, we'll go ahead and do this stuff. This guy will go on first. Just wipe him off. He does have a pin on there, so we don't have to worry about getting him in a specific spot. So he's got a little pin right here. Where are we at? There we are. Right there, and that matches up with that pin right there. Nicely. Okay. Then we have our magneto stator. These guys are all still in there together. And we have all our nuts or bolts in here. And he has no specific direction. I'm using the same ones again. I'm going to clean this guy up again real quick because he's still very dirty. All right, so when you pull this guy out, he actually does have a little pin there. So we'll match him up with the pin right here. I imagine when we tighten it down, he'll fit on there. And then the actual magneto is good to go. You know what, let me well, put this on a little bit, and then we'll get this guy on. I'm wondering if I need to put that starter on there first before I do this to make sure it fits, but let's put this on a little bit. Okay, finally, service manual stuff, I didn't find it in there, but on a parts diagram, we can see that this part faces in towards the engine. And I did take the gears off because it was difficult to get it in there, and I actually even played with the starter. It really didn't seem to make much difference this way or the other way. The gear is engaged just as much, but I still want to make sure we got it right because I'm sure there's a reason for it. So this is good to go. Put some assembly lube on here, plug that guy in, and then we still have our washers that go on the end. So let's take that back out. And there is a bearing in here, circular bearing, but he's looking good. All right, okay. Back in that slot. He's spinning very nicely. Okay. Now we'll put this guy back on with our arc pin. Alright, and don't forget, this guy does have a pin on his back piece. I guess that's some kind of sensor of some kind, maybe crankshaft. Otherwise, so we're making sure that pin lines up on that back piece, and it doesn't fit in just yet, but I'm guessing when I tighten this down it's going to work just fine. Alright, as you will see in a future recording, I had some spare time due to some supercharger needle bearings. So I went ahead, and as I was doing different research on stuff, a lot of people are replacing the flywheel bolts. Now, it's a used engine. I know it's been rebuilt at least once. It did have these PBS 10.9, so I went ahead and bought these guys, ARP 134 1002, and they are the same length, same thread size. They look good. The only difference is I think this is a size 12 on top millimeter, and this is a 10. And the flattened head is just a little bit bigger on one side. But we'll go ahead and replace all of these. These only come in a 4-pack, and so I need 6, so we're going to replace all those. And when we replace them, we'll put some Loctite 243 on there. I'll put this guy in. Whoa. Magnet. Oh, the magnet from the magneto always gets me. Let's see. Okay, we do need Loctite 243, so that would be blue, and 17 foot-pounds. All right, good to go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put on the oil pump in this front case. We got our new gasket on. This was kind of a pain because it's got, I don't know, 10 screws that are this size and 10 that are the small size. You really got to pay attention to what we have going on here. Assembly lube, I'm gonna put some lube on here, and I'm gonna put some up in there. All right, I just want to show this real quick because I don't have any special tools to remove the flywheel for the coolant. So I just measured out, put through screws in there, got those in the holes, and use that piece of wood to turn it. And in this direction, this way goes to the left, and this one goes to the right, or counterclockwise. Top goes counterclockwise. So it took a little bit, but it popped off. Now we need to get this guy out, which again goes to this pump. You can see how beat up he is. And we're going to replace that as well, and the whole piece. Okay, we got the pieces out here. So we're actually the oil seal right here, and he came out really easy. He's the first one in. Open flanges go down, and then there was this guy, and I heated this up with a heat gun all around because he has like a glue all around it. And once that got kind of warm, I was able to pry him up with these little pry spots around the edges. Then there was this piece, which just kind of popped out before I even started, and then this piece. So now we got our new oil seal with our gasket kit. That'll go down in there. And then we have another new seal for right here, which I just put down somewhere. And then we'll have to put our shafts in. So here's the old shafts. You can see really beat up from where it was. Piston rings had bunched up before and or broken in there. So we'll get these guys back on, the new ones, along with that oil seal. So we got the oil seal, then we have that little oil ring seal that goes here, then the shaft goes in from the back side, screw on the coolant wheel, and then we're good to go. Right, and we've already turned this guy, which is the oil pump, to match the gear on this side. I guess that magneto will hold us on, so we're good there. Now we just need to double check all our screws here and get them on right. All these get Loctite, and we'll put them down in and we'll see, make sure they fit appropriately. Short ones all around over here, and then there's one down here. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's more here. Actually, there's some right here. Might have another bag of screws for this itself. So, but I'm pretty sure we're on the right track. This is all good right there. Right, because then we just have some finished surfaces all right here, which are probably screws that go with that. So. Looks like these guys are 10 foot-inches, so really light. You probably just do them by hand and just feel tight. Right, mine doesn't even go low enough for that. It goes down to just above it. This is where I've broken one before because I feel like it's turning so easily and you just kind of want to do it a little bit more, and then it broke. So you got to be real gentle with these guys. It does give you a sequence for this, but I'm obviously not following it. Just trying to jump around a little bit. Done and done. All right, guys, this part right here was pretty nasty around the water pump, so I went ahead and just took a brass piece and a Dremel and cleaned that off. That's pretty good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put in the oil filter and that guy. We got our oil filter over here. Kind of really just closing it up so that we don't try and keep as little dirt or dust or anything else out of there. Again, I bought the gasket kit, but I also bought the individual seals. This is for the top of the screw right here, and then the oil one, but we already have those. The gasket kit, so that'll go in the to keep pile for later on, or another job anyway. So put that guy in there. Later on, we'll fill that up with oil before we start the engine. All right. Now, actually, I think you know what I'm going to do next is put this cover on so we can close up this part as well. All right, so now before we put that on, we got to put these guys back in. Then we have a new gasket for the top. Put that on. Now I'm just going to dab a little oil all around the edge there. All right. There's no oil pressure up here, it just needs to be sealed, so I'm not looking at what the torque spec is. All right, we are 0.7 to 0.8 millimeters. Let's see, in our size here, 5/8 is what fit for me, and I'm using NGK DCP R8E. Let's see if we DCP R8E. So we'll put a little anti-seize on there. All right, next we have the coolant pump housing. And we'll throw our nice gasket in there. Fits in there nicely. Won't put any oil, and then we got to put it on here. I need to find my basket of screws or bag. Okay, so the two long ones go up here in the top, and then short ones everywhere else. And they all need Loctite. All right, so two long screws up here, small all the way around, and there is a little dowel right here that fits right here. And I don't put any oil. I was thinking about maybe putting some oil on there, but I don't think that's necessary. So, short one screw. I did buy some extras. I don't remember if I bought them because it's been so long because I knew I was missing some or because I figured I would end up missing some. But I just bought some off of eBay. These have hex tops instead, but I just went and put one in there. It's probably an M6 25. So we're good here. So we're done. Okay, we have this guy right here, which I took off. Can't remember what he's for. Some tube, obviously. I put some Loctite on him. We'll put him down. He's brass, so I don't want to put him in there too tight. And we have these guys right here. Okay, let's go ahead and put these guys in. Now I'm wondering if this is this the right one? Okay, I didn't find any that fit right, but I had a little box of spares from something, and I got one that fit right, and now we'll go all the way in. So we're good. And again, there's no oil pressure here, so they don't have to be super tight. Just want to keep it from leaking. Hopefully good there. Let's spin it around a little bit. Let's get our oil cooler on down here. All right, our gasket kit did have new O-rings for down here. Let's do a little dab of oil. So they're nice and ready. And we'll do some more Loctite on the screws. And I don't know if the book calls for Loctite here or not, but you figure when you start getting this low in the engine, You don't want anything coming loose. And blue Loctite comes out, so in a long array of things, it doesn't really hurt anything. Again, not crazy tight. We don't want to break any bolts off. It's probably 17 pounds or so, just like everything else. I suppose while we're here, we should go ahead and just put these on. Okay. There we go. Always pay attention to where you're putting these clamps on as far as what direction. So you can think about how it'll be easier to get off later. Like these guys, you may want to turn up just a little bit so that if you're coming down from the engine, you have a way to do it, versus right here, you might be real difficult to get in the hole. This is an 8mm, but yours are probably going to be different. Don't do it too tight where it strips the clamp, but you want it tight enough where it holds it down. It's got a nice lip on it, so I'm not too worried about it. Also watch where your hoses are. You don't want to be this hose banging against this guy. All right, so we'll go ahead and stick our starter on. The gasket kit does come with those. And this gasket kit I got from Partzilla. And if you ask them, I'm sure they would tell you everything that's included. But does anyone really want to mess with all the time? I don't know. So we'll get a little bit of oil down around those guys, just to be nice. And you want to try when you do this to not spin the ring as far as roll it, because then you got to twist on it and it'll fail earlier. Maybe put a little bit, well, just put some oil on these guys, hopefully make it slide in a little bit easier. Twisting a little bit and got it in. But we got this guy on, got our 2 screws in, use some Loctite. This looks like it could be a ground, so I'm going to sand that down a little bit. It's a little rusty.